Greetings, everybody, and happy Sunday to you. I am Bobby Munson, and it is time for Point of View, the show where you, the live viewing audience, have the ability to talk to me about anything you want to in the world of pop culture. But there's always a theme behind it. Of course, I usually do some video gaming right here on Sundays, but we're going to avoid the video gaming today because MLW just put out MLW Reload 2024 last night. So if you have seen Reload already or know the results, please do not let me know, because I am going to be watching that as we chat with you today and kind of going through it. As I say good morning to one of MLW's biggest fans on the planet, he is Mr. Bobby Stats. Bobby, how are you doing this morning? Good morning to you as well. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your day and a wonderful weekend as well too. If you have seen MLW Reload, feel free to just let me know, but let's keep the results a little bit secret because I have yet to actually see what goes down here for Reload. So we are going to be starting that up right now because it's about an hour and 47 minutes long. Watching it along too. Perfect. Sounds good, Bobby. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get the party started here and press play for some MLW Reload this morning. But as always, get the chat flowing. Talk to me out there. Let me know what's up. What are you excited about in the world of pop culture, professional wrestling, anything of the sort? And gotta say, the whoever's been doing the editing of the intros for MLW lately has been on key. I like what I've been seeing lately with this stuff. Ooh, starting off with Mr. Saint Laurent. Ooh, Sessions by Saint Laurent with Saint Laurent. Okay, Jade Kitty, you can come join us for Point of View today. You can have your point of view. Oh, what? And Bobby mentioning that Queen Aminata was on AEW Collision last night against Thunder Rosa. That would have been a great match. I should go back and watch that, actually. I like both those competitors quite a lot, so I'm very curious to see that, Bobby. Awesome. That's good news. Hey, hold on here. What? Yeah, Andre, how's it going, brother? Good morning to you, sir. Bobby and a cat. Yes, one of the two cats that graces with the household of Munson. So Alex Kane, the guest on Sessions with Saint Laurent, kind of just knows some sort of shenanigans have to be up here. Got to be some shenanigans in play. She wrestled against Chris Stanley on her AEW Rampage. Awesome. Brian, how are you doing? Happy belated birthday! Thank you, sir. Really appreciate that. Yeah, it was great. I stopped counting how many years because it's irrelevant at my age. But thank you very much. I do appreciate it. It was a lovely day that I had. And Andre, I am doing fantastic, brother. Just watching this MLW Reload, which MLW did state that they're going to be giving us one of these free shows on YouTube every month. So outside of the premium live event that they do through Triller TV Plus every single month, they are now taking all of the tapings that they do prior to that, or on the same day anyway, but they're taking those and giving us a free event every single month as well too. And that's exactly what this is. Reload was from the tapings at King's the Coliseum. Bobby is old. Bobby is old. Yes. Fusion is dead. I mean, I don't really have a need to watch it if they're going to give us all this stuff in one show like this, because I'd rather watch full cards anyway. Don't get me wrong. I like Fusion, Brian. I like the idea of the way it was put together and everything like that. But for the way I personally consume professional wrestling, this format is better for me. I don't know if it's better for the company. That's yet to be seen. Andre asking where Reload is on. So MLW's YouTube page, Andre. So once a month, there's going to be a Reload or something like it. It's the matches that were taped the same night as the premium live event become a free event on their YouTube page here every single month now. So it's been very enjoyable. We had the one on, what was that? That was New Year's Eve New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve. I can't remember now. I think it was Christmas Eve. Anyway, that was the last one anyway, prior to this, but Wait a second. Saint Laurent trying to offer a contract to Alex Kane to join WTF? BOMAYE Fight Club to the World Titan Federation. I don't know about this. MLW Holiday Rush. Christmas Eve and it was Holiday Rush. Okay, thank you. I knew the two of you would know for sure. There's no way Alex Kane is signing this damn contract with Saint Laurent. Come on, let's be reasonable. Spit on it there. Come on, give it a little BOMAYE, give it a spit shine, and throw it. There we go. There we go. Rip that contract up. Yeah. Shred it. That's right. He's got Saint Laurent's telling him think about the money. Meanwhile, Alex K's got Don King money coming in. Like he doesn't need that kind of thing. BOMAYE is for the people, by the people. You know you want that merger, Bobby. No. I'm glad Alex Kane knows how to get shut done by himself. He's authentic. He doesn't need Saint Laurent. Two-time champion Bobby there. Yes, sir. Yes, he won the Ring Respect Radio YouTube championship on our trivia night on Thursday night. Bobby got that belt back. And good morning to you too, Bastard. Thanks for joining in. How has your weekend been going, brother? Mine has been nothing but go from Friday on. We went and saw my niece there, or saw our niece there, the wife and I. She just turned 1 on Tuesday. So went and brought her birthday present and had a little dinner with my brother and sister-in-law. And then, and then yesterday I attempted to go out to do some charity work with tying skates for some of the youngsters in the Kinsman Hockey League. But we got there and sat there until like 10:45 in the morning waiting, and nobody showed up, and we couldn't get a hold of anybody. And then someone come out and goes, I wonder if this is because the teachers are going on strike on Monday and they just aren't going to do these hockey games for the kids at the schools because they're going on strike. And we're like, that's probably exactly what it is. And then I wasn't even mad that I had gone in to go do it and it didn't happen. I was kind of hurt for those kids who don't get the opportunity to go play during these times. Like one of the things that they look forward to all year long, all because of the teacher strike. And again, pay the damn teachers. Teachers don't make enough money, not at all. Just pay them what they're worth and get this shit over with. Brian saying, if I'm not there, can anyone really consider themselves a champion? Well, then you should have been there, Brian. Should have been there. We did announce that the next trivia night, Brian, I'm just going to give you a bit of a heads up. We're aiming for the 22nd of February. So be looking out for it. 22nd of February could be your opportunity to dethrone the champ there, Bobby Stats, holding that belt. The Notorious Mimi is going to be in action here in this first matchup of the night. Notorious Mimi's kind of made a decent splash on the featherweight division so far since her arrival. We got Zayda Steel now coming out. Zayda, or just Zayda as they've dropped it. They've given her the WWE treatment at this time. She just Zayda. Talk to you later, everyone. Gonna go catch up New Japan. Hey, Andre, have a great day. Glad you were able to stop by, my man. Enjoy that NJPW and make sure to check out Andre and Melball's personal channel, Andre and Melball's wrestling. It's Andre and Melball's Wrestling Talk. And then also on Fridays here on our local establishment, Andre and Melball's Japanese Wrestling Update. Fantastic show. Glad to have it part of the channel here. And Bobby's picking Zayda Steel to win this matchup against Notorious Mimi. The way they have been pushing Zayda, I'd imagine that's the direction they would go. Let's see how this goes. Brian, the future of busting out is that busting out has busted for the final time. It will not be returning to this channel anyway, and will not feature Bobby Munson moving forward either. This point of view is becoming the new permanent staple here on Sundays. Busting out is kind of dead in the water now. Notorious Mimi off to a strong start here against Zayda. Bobby saying Notorious Mimi does have potential in the MLW featherweight division. Oh, hell yeah, she does. Yeah, no, I think Notorious Mimi is fantastic. I think just unfortunately for her, as good as she is, they're really focusing on Zayda being the next top name in that division. So I feel like they will go with Zayda on the victory on this one. And there's nothing wrong with that either, because I mean, let's let's call a spade a spade. Zayda has made a large impact on this division so far. Uh, she was in NXT as Sloane Jacobs. Okay. Anybody wants to keep up with their NXT knowledge can always join us here on the channel Tuesday nights. It's the natural Astro Pizarro and OLED Ed Fries bringing you all of the insight to NXT every single Tuesday night following NXT with Taking Over. Make sure you tune in into that. Ryan Carter says this special really features featherweights. So did the other one did too. Holiday Rush had what, like 2, 3 featherweight division matchups on it. I mean, I'm glad they're using the featherweights for sure. I'd like to see, I mean, they've had it before, a couple of featherweight matchups on the premium live events themselves, which works out well. When they did it for One Shot, it was fantastic. Both those matches were great. All I can say is they better not be bringing back any bicycle riding silliness or whatever to the featherweight division. I could do without that. I could do without Janai Kai being made to look like a chump there. Oh, I can't wait till Steph Delander gets to come out tonight and just destroy Good Brother number 3. Oh, roll up here. Oh, Zayda was using the ropes. Oh, that's sharp referee there. He caught her. No shenanigans here tonight. Not with this ref. All right, this is kind of weird and awkward there on that. Not sure. It kind of looked like they didn't quite get all they were trying to do there. It didn't go quite as smoothly as the plan would have been, kind of thing. Bobby saying, "Who would you like to see Notorious Mimi and Zayda Steel wrestle against in MLW?" I think, personally at this point, if Notorious Mimi doesn't take the victory here, she needs to start going against some one-off opponents to build the credibility like they were doing with some of the other featherweights previously. As for Zayda Steel, they need to keep giving her very credible wins if they want her to be a top name. So, she's perfect to get in there against some of the traveling talent coming in from Japan, or maybe some of the influx of talent that we're going to get from Oceania Pro Wrestling out of Australia as well too. I can't quite remember who the Australia scene has or who Oceania has in particular right now, but I would like to see an influx of great featherweight talent coming in and really bolstering that division, which has been one of the stronger points of MLW over the last 12 months for sure. Ryan saying, I know you aren't to the match yet, but Jimmy Lloyd is a poor man's Cannonball Kelly. Oh man, yeah, I know I've watched Jimmy Lloyd previously, so I don't. This is poor man's. It's funny to think poor man's Cannonball Kelly because the class act that is Cannonball. Cannonball's a great dude. Him and Johnny Two Fingers are absolutely delightful. And they are as crazy every single moment of the day as they are on screen. That it is not a gimmick ramped up to 10 when it comes to Cannonball Kelly and Johnny Two Fingers. They are like that all the time. All the time. It was one of the craziest interviews the Papa Smokes and I ever had to get through because of just how wild those two are. They're part of a band that they call Johnny Two Fingers and the Deformities, and they're always out performing on stage with their live music and everything too. And they walk into the PPW locker room and they don't come in like, oh, it's all calm and unexpected for the type of person they are behind the scenes. No, they come in like a ball of energy. The energy never stops with Cannonball Kelly and Johnny Two Fingers. Oh, Zayda is kicking Dombrowski off the mic. Well, oh, she's getting a browbeating from the crowd here tonight. Bobby's 1-0 on his victory, on his picks for tonight. You sure are, my friend. Picking Zayda, Zayda with the win. Well, Zayda's trying to call her a title shot now, but Saint Laurent doesn't want her going solo on this one. He says that he'll do the business with Selena De La Renta over a championship matchup. So yeah, is that the way the company's going? Is the right decision to go Zayda and Janai Kai? It's hard to think because I mean you're really talking two heel factions crossing paths at the moment. So I hope that inserting Saint Laurent there saying he'll do the business in the back means that they will distance that opportunity for now anyway. Oh, what is this? Mystico. That's right. Mystico coming to MLW Super Fight here in February. Mystico versus Averno. That's going to be an interesting matchup. There we go. Janai Kai and Selena De La Renta there. And then the masked Azteca luchadors standing in behind. But now we got the advert coming up because yes, live Saturday, February the 3rd, live from Philadelphia. It is Super Fight. We got Satoshi Kojima is going to go up against Alex Kane for the belt. It is going to be awesome. Is Mystico a big deal? I haven't heard of him. Again, I would say I'm in the same boat as you, Brian. The presentation they're delivering, I'm assuming that Mystico is quite the name, at least back in his home country, I believe. Has probably really established himself quite well. So yeah, I mean, they did this again for a couple of the other luchadors that they brought in previously too, and they did the same for Shun Skywalker when he came in from Dragon's Gate. So I like when they do this kind of presentation. It leaves me going, I'm interested. I want to see what Mystico brings to the table in MLW because of the presentation. MLW Super Fight, yes, yeah, I can't wait for it. It's going to be a fun time. I will be doing the watch along here on the channel, and Papa Smokes has officially announced that he's if he's free, he will join me for the watch alongs for MLW on Saturday nights, but he cannot commit to them, unfortunately, due to his shoot job. So it'll either be me and other guests or just me. And occasionally Papa Smokes, if he happens to be free on a Saturday night, he'll join me on them. But for now, yeah, moving forward, it's going to be a Bobby watch along more so than a Video Bros watch along, but it's still Video Bros in spirit. We have to call his boss. Yeah, I know, I know. He is just too damn valuable where he works. He's the man around there, kind of thing. Like yeah, I've gone there before. I've hung out with some of the people that he works with and everything like that, and he is a effing legend around that place. So finally, the MLW in-ring debut of Steph DeLander here in this intergender wrestling matchup as she's taking on good brother number 3, Mance Warner. I mean, sorry, not Mance Warner with a weird black luchador mask on. But we are about to find out just what Steph DeLander brings to an MLW table, and we know it's going to be good. Yeah, I'm picking Steph DeLander too, Bobby. I got to go Steph DeLander on this one. I think she's going to mop the floor with this Muppet. From parts unknown and weight unknown. Sure. Unmask this doofus. Come on, Steph. Kick his ass. Brian saying it does show how big Steph is or how small Mance is. Steph is a powerhouse. Like, Steph Delander should be champion everywhere she goes. She is absolutely one of the best out there today. Bobby saying, I still hope she has a match in the MLW women's featherweight division. Yeah, well, you know, at this point, if they're putting her in a match like this, I almost think that maybe she should just compete as an intergender competitor in MLW, Bobby. Maybe the MLW featherweight division should be left to who they're building right now and not have to insert, an obvious champion like Steph Delander right into that mix up and just have her go for something like the open weight championship. I'd rather Steph Delander as the MLW openweight champion any day than that non-interesting Ricky Shane Page that's been just gracing that belt since he won it. And hello, Barry. Barry. How are you doing there, sir? Barry Monkey's up in the house. Thank you for joining us here today. Brian saying she could take both the Billington Bulldogs at the same time. I don't disagree with that at all. I am pretty sure that she could take on a lot of tag teams by herself personally. Steph Delander is fantastic. Ahmad, good morning, Ahmad. How are you doing? Saying that we are getting the Firefly Funhouse match in WWE 2K24. Are you excited for the game? Um, yeah, no, I mean, I don't really play it that much, to be honest with you. I'll play WWE games once in a while. They can be all right, but I do lose my interest fast. I'm more when it comes to gaming. I'm more into FIFA and then RPG games or strategy type games more than anything. That's more my bag. But I'm happy for everybody that's really into them that wants to have that. I don't know how they're going to do a Firefly Funhouse matchup. That's going to be a very strange concept, a very new foreign concept to the mix. So I'm curious about it. So I'll have to definitely go try it with somebody who has it so that I can kind of give my thoughts in depth of how that plays out within WWE 2K24. Bobby saying I would rather watch Matt Riddle as champion in MLW than Ricky Shane Page. I think a lot of people will agree with you on that one too, Bobby. Even the people who are not big fans of Mr. Matt Riddle would still probably rather him as champion than Ricky Shane Page. I don't know what it is. Ricky Shane just bores me. The call bores me. Sami Callihan bores me. The whole concept bores me. There we go, Steph. Throw that chair at that loser. All right. Oh, take a seat there, good brother number three. Uh-oh. Oh, no. He caught the boot. Well, this is quite the interesting matchup so far. Oh, so apparently we're gonna have a lap dance from good brother number three to Steph Delander in the middle of this wrestling matchup. Oh, good God. Bobby says Steph Delander can beat Sami Callihan. I hope she beats Sami Callihan in a ring. That'd be fantastic. Beat him in a parking lot, beat him in the backstage area, beat him anywhere. I don't care. Ryan asking, does Saskatoon have any sports teams? Locally, we have a team in I don't know what the league would be called itself, but it is the lacrosse team in North America here. We have the Saskatoon Rush, who actually had won quite a few championships when they first came to Saskatoon. We are getting a soccer team in the Canadian Soccer League here in the next few years, I believe. And then we collectively have in the Canadian Football League the Saskatchewan Roughriders representing the entire province. Other than that, I mean, it's like hockey, the WHL. We have the Saskatoon Blades, stuff like that. Nothing really crazy in terms of like in any big league or anything like that. Our population just isn't stacked enough. Like you really almost have to do like the Saskatchewan Roughriders and go province wide to make it worthwhile because Saskatchewan as a province only has under it we have under 2 million people living in this mass land that we have here in Saskatchewan. Um, then yeah, it's wild. So we have less people living in our entire province than some people have in their cities around the world. Um, Perry Monkey saying beat him in a backstage area. Well, you're funny, Barry. I mean, beat the tar out of him like she's doing in this matchup. I believe it could be all over right here. No, good brother somehow kicks out. Ahmad saying Sami Callihan should retire from wrestling. He is a maniac. I don't like him. I love Matt Riddle. Ahmad, I 100% with you, man. I do not like Sami Callihan at all. Never have been a fan of Sami Callihan. I'm really disappointed that he's even in MLW. But Matt Riddle, I mean, I know a lot of people aren't fans, but I have seen what this guy can do. I know he's a legitimate ass kicker, and if you can get past the goofy nature of his whole stoner gimmick, he is quite serviceable inside a professional wrestling ring. All right, Steph, come on, bounce back from this thing, kick this guy's ass. Oh, he just got a nut shot from Steph the Lantern to good brother number 3. She's roping you in, good brother. You're in trouble. Bobby saying, I'm thinking Mods Kruger or Joseph Samael show up at the MLW Super Fight. There's got to be something brewing, Bobby, because again, like we did see that little blip of the Condor symbol come up during Jacob at the end of Jacob Fatu's matchup there. So something's brewing, and I'm curious to see where that's going. Very, very interested. Brian saying he watched the TNA weekly show this week after the party paper or the pay per view, and it was good, but I can't get past how annoying the president and announcers are. Uh, the announcers aren't. I've seen worse announcers, honestly. I mean, we're talking about uh, Tom Phillips, who I mean is as far as WWE was concerned when he was there was better than some of the stuff they've got in WWE. I'm Drama King, what's his nuts there? That's the other commentator on TNA. I mean, I don't mind him. I'm impartial. I am partial in a way where it's like he brings knowledge to the table, but there is better out there. So this match has not been a match at all. Like this is, I don't know even what to think of this. Steph Delander is so good inside of a ring, and I don't know why they got to do these silly things like this. Bobby saying Zaya Brookside was great against Tasha Steeles. I agree. It's Zaya Brookside was a great signing for TNA as well too, just bolstering that knockouts roster. They know how to get. They've been doing women's wrestling right for a long time over there. Oh, just going on and on right now. Right? Oh my goodness, is this going to be it? So Steph Delander loses her in-ring debut to good brother number 3, Masked Mance Warner, in a joke comedy skit BS thing. That sucked. I'm sorry. That is not my cup of tea. I was trying to get over the chairs and the tables in this matchup that didn't have no DQ stipulations that seems to only apply to the second gear crew, and then this turns into a comedy joke. Um, yeah, I just did not care for that at all. Brian saying, okay, I think the second gear crew are nice guys, but they are turning into wrestling clowns. Yes, they are. They really are. It is just bad after bad right now. Bobby's saying boo, and now he's 1-1 on his decision. Barry agreeing that was awful. I know. I both are very capable wrestlers. Why can't they be wrestlers? I just don't get it. I really don't. And I think for that being the debut of Steph Delander inside an MLW ring, I think that's the biggest joke of all. You've got, a world class talent there, in my personal opinion, and you just kind of jobbed her out in a joke match in the middle of the ring. Yeah, but I agree, Bobby. Steph Delander did get robbed. So what do we got left on this card here tonight? That's 30 minutes into an hour and 47. So we've had the Notorious Mimi match. Looks like we still got quite a bit like Ichiban, Lloyd, Kakuta versus Miyamoto. Delmi Exo and Tiara James are still on this card. Kojima and Sami Callihan. Yeah. And we got Matt Riddle and Alex Kane versus the World Titan Federation of Filthy Tom Lawlor and Josh Bishop on this card as well. So lots still to come here for MLW Reload, so they have a chance to redeem themselves as far as this entire night goes. And as we go grab ourselves a drink before the throat goes dry. I agree, Bobby. She does deserve better. 100% deserves better when it comes to all of this. And as we got an advertisement for MLW toys and figures for people that don't wrestle there anymore, I am just going to throw up our weekly calendar here for you so you know what's coming up here at our local establishment this week.
I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You're firing me. Yeah, you're firing me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy, but the luck has got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Said you out of my hand again.
There you have it. That's what we got coming up for this week for you on our local establishment. And as you saw, the Royal Rumble post show. Ed Fries might be joining us as well, but take a look. Myself and Ella J will be on the post show for the Royal Rumble. That's right. It's Ella J and Not So Silent Bob's Royal Rumble post show coming at you this Saturday following the Royal Rumble. Bobby saying Steph Delander should be wrestling against someone like Mia Yamashita or Ava Everett in MLW. Both would be great matchups that I would love to see. Those are premium live matchups right there as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so as they're talking about Super Fight here, they're actually mentioning that Mystico. I mean, at least Dombrowski's selling it this way. The Mystico is one of the biggest box office draws anywhere that he's gone in the world so far. Nagata versus Jacob Fatu is going to be at Super Fight as well too. They're just really feeding all these big matchups to Jacob Fatu that he's been putting person after person over. So here's to see where it goes. Oh, wonder Akira versus Sami Callihan in a Callihan rules matchup at Super Fight. Oh, just no. It's just like another excuse for lazy wrestlers to do lazy wrestling garbage or not even wrestling garbage, like just lazy BS in ring garbage. Like, oh, we can't wrestle an actual matchup, so let's just throw a bunch of weapons and deathmatch crap into here and we'll pretend like we can wrestle. Sami Callihan, make like Raven and flock off. Akira should beat Sami Callihan. Yeah, either that or the whole feed should just die for the entire time that matchup's on. How old is Nagata? Looks as old as Ric Flair. Yeah, he might be as old as Ric Flair. That is very possible. I mean, he's been around a long time, so I guess we'll see how well he does with Jacob Fatu in there. Oh, there we go. Jimmy Lloyd. All right, Brian. There you go. The poor man's Cannonball Kelly, as you called him earlier tonight. I mean, honestly, it's like you send this guy out here, and this is no offense to Jimmy Lloyd, but I would love to see Cannonball Kelly walk out of an MLW locker room into that ring. Him and Johnny Two Fingers down there would be awesome to watch here on screen. Um, Ahmad wants to know, what is your opinion on the Acclaimed and the Bullet Club coming as a become combining as a group on AEW? I wasn't aware that this had happened yet. I'll have to go look into that, Ahmad. I don't know. I think groups are fine if they're done for the right reason. I think that this is just overstuffing. Personally, it's why is kind of my question. What is the benefit? What is the end game for it? And why would you do it? Those are the questions that you need to ask with wrestling, with anything to do with professional wrestling. Is there's a lot of whys. Why are you there? Why are you fighting? Why is it being done this way? You got to ask these questions in order to get to a solution as to what story you're trying to portray. Is there a story with the Acclaimed and the Bullet Club combining forces? Maybe. I don't know yet, but I really just don't see it being a beneficial combination at this point. Bobby picking Ichiban for his pick to win this one against Jimmy Lloyd. I have to agree with you, Bobby. I will side with you on that one. I think they're still going to try with this push of Ichiban here, and this would be a great way to keep him going up the card is by taking on or beating Jimmy Lloyd. Not to say Jimmy Lloyd's high up the card, but again, it'll be a credible victory for Ichiban if it's a clean victory in this matchup. And I like Ichiban. I mean, Ichiban, he's stood out since coming here. He's got an odd name. I mean, especially when it's not far off of the noodle dish, Ichiban noodles. But I like his outfits. It works. I like some of his style. He's a good luchador. He's good for the middleweight division, especially too. So, and they've given him substance and story here. Ryan Carter saying, I want to see El Assassino on MLW. He would be my open weight title favorite. I would love that. I would absolutely love to see an absolute terrorizer, an SOB like El Assassino in MLW. He would create the kind of terror that they need in MLW. Hey, hey, we got some shenanigans here. Mr. Rodriguez on the outside. No, are we going to get a Jimmy Lloyd victory? Oh, no. Ichiban manages to kick out. Selena De La Renta now joining the commentary team on commentary, and already she has made the commentary 10 times more interesting than what Dombrowski and Matt Stryker have done this entire program. Bobby saying Minoru Suzuki will be at MLW Intimidation Games, so be interesting to see who Suzuki is going to be wrestling against that night. Jimmy Lloyd now with another cover by Ichiban managing to kick out of that one. And this match still going, but Rodriguez again with his shenanigans to the outside. They're really trying everything they can to prevent Ichiban from picking up a victory here tonight. And that probably going to be it. No, Ichiban still managing to kick out. Is Bobby now saying maybe Minoru Suzuki versus Alex Kane or versus Matt Riddle? both strong possibilities. Again, we'll see where the direction with Alex Kane is going because we had that chump Sami Callihan have to interfere during that night. Again, I guess Sami Callihan coming out that night when Alex Kane and when on that at the last event there when we got Alex Kane's announcement for his next opponent there, that interference was to set up tonight's match with Kojima and Sami Callihan more than it was for Callihan to go after the BOMAYE Fight Club. At least I'm hoping so anyway. I really have zero interest in Callihan being put into a world title matchup against Alex Kane. All right, Ichiban now making a comeback. No, not quite. Brian Carter, LS needs to come to MLW to show the second gear crew how to properly use the chair. Yeah, that is for sure. Now, LS when he strikes with a chair, he strikes with a chair hard. I have seen the welts, bruises, scrapes, and scars that the wrestlers in the back have after a chair whipping from Mr. LS Barry Monkey saying, how much would you want to be paid to have him his large arse in? Oh man, you know what? Here's the funny part, Barry. As long as a segment isn't goofy and being made to look disrespectful, when it comes to wrestling, I've been more than willing to go and help put people over by taking a bump or doing something for them. I mean, there's been little jokes with the boys too, I know, and stuff like that. I would take one of those crappy cannonballs or whatever kind of thing, or whatever it is, if there was good meaning behind it. And trust me, I haven't ever made a penny when working in pro wrestling. So closest I came to, I mean, I've taken bumps in the training classes and stuff like that, but the closest I came to actually having a spot in the ring of getting my ass kicked was when El Assassino had me in his sights one day and kind of got saved last minute by a couple of the boys in the back. So I lived to tell the story anyway, but El Assassino was ready to take me out that day. And there it is. 1, 2, 3. Ichiban is your winner. There you go, Bobby. That's 2-1 now for you on your selections. But Bobby also saying, I like to see Miranda Gordy come back to the to MLW and be a potential challenger to the MLW Women's Featherweight Championship. 100% agree with you, my friend. I think that Miranda Gordy was fantastic, and I think that she should come back to MLW and start to conquer the featherweight division. Oh, there we go. The announcement has been made. Ichiban versus Rocky Romero, 1-on-1 in the middleweight division for the championship at Super Fight. That's an announcement I like to hear. A 1-on-1 middleweight division matchup. Go figure. Awesome. Awesome. So much better when we get actual 1-on-1 matches. Brian Gardner saying that sounds like a charity drive. How much for you to take a chair from El Assassino? Same deal, my man. If I was told I was going out there, I not that I'm too eager to want to take a chair shot from El Assassino because I know how much that shit's gonna hurt. I would do it if it made sense for the show. I really would. You don't even have to pay me. I don't care. I am there to make the experience of PPW better for the fans. And that's what I do. It's why again, like this chain that I wear on stream here, I wear this to the shows. This was given to me by Basser just over a year ago. And I've been wearing it ever since, along with my suits. And at the door, I'm greeting fans. They're spinning the chain. We're going out there. I'm greeting them outside. I kind of act like a bit of a hype guy at the shows before we start filming and everything like that too. And it's become part of the experience. And honestly, if I was told I was getting dragged into the ring to take a chair drop from El Assassino because we knew that it was going to make the fans really hate him that much more, I would do it in a heartbeat, my friend. I absolutely would get in there and take a shot for the sake of the fans and the purpose of the show. Uh, Barry Monkey saying, nice to see you using proper looking ladders, not those bendy plastic looking things that WWE and others use. I agree. Yeah, at least they do go all out in that sense. Bobby said, I'd like to see Jordan Oliver come back to MLW. I would too. Jordan Oliver would be great. I think a second run for him here would be great because his career has progressed so much better since leaving. Myron Reed too. Yeah, Myron Reed is fantastic. So we got a TJPW Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling Showcase matchup here. This is Kakuta versus Miyamoto. Curious to see the debut of these two here in the MLW Featherweights division. I mean, some of the talent coming out of TJPW have been great. It's just um, the challenger to Janai Kai at the last live event was just no, thank you. Bobby picking Neo Kakuta as his pick in this matchup here. Let's take a look. I'm not familiar with either one of these competitors, so we'll see how this goes down. Now Kakuta. Now Kakuta. That's how you pronounce it. Thank you, Mr. Ring Announcer. Okay, so now Kakuta is the more established of the two. So the opponent a little bit more green, getting the experience of the ring, but now Kakuta comes with the experience. So I see MLW going the direction of now Kakuta as well too, Bobby, especially if they want to get her back for some more matchups deeper in the featherweight division here. Unless they're going to look to build somebody new entirely. I mean, that would be a bit of a swerve here. All right, match is underway now. Oh, sportsmanship. We get the handshake, middle of the ring. I like to see that. All right, now that the friendliness is over, ladies, start kicking each other in the head. Ryan Carter saying, I still don't understand how MLW loses so much talent. It's not like they are exclusive with anybody but a couple of guys. They can't consistently book the one date a month. Yeah, I know. It's not even a large work schedule or anything like that. You think that they could snag some talent that was consistent so you could call them part of the roster. We're never sure anymore. We're not sure if we're getting somebody for one fight or we're getting them for a few months or if they're going to be around for 2 years at this point in time. It's really hard to tell anymore with MLW. It seems to be more of a revolving door than ever before, but we'll see. We'll see what they can do this year. I hope that the 2024 will be a stronger year despite the hiccup that we will call Kings of Coliseum to start the year off. Bobby Bettino saying the ring announcer name is Rich Palladino. Okay, nice. I do like to know that. I do appreciate ring announcers, commentators, good commentators anyway. Mark Talks Wrestling. Yo, mate, how's it going? Cheers to you. How has your weekend been, my friend, so far? I just want to say Mark Talks Wrestling has got a awesome new show coming out that I get to be a part of. If you want to go and subscribe to Mark Talks Wrestling on YouTube, we're going to have some WWE 2K23 Universe mode all booked up. It's booked up. Mark taking on WWE. I am taking on the responsibilities of MLW, and Lauren Goodnight taking on the AEW rosters. And you're going to be able to see matchups that we have put together and also to be able to eventually vote on who did the best job when it comes to the booking. So I want you guys to go and subscribe and make sure you're watching the weekly shows. Just so you know, my MLW shows will be airing on Tuesdays and Fridays over at Mark Talks Wrestling. So check that out. Ray saying a couple of forward rolls and half arse kicks to the arms and a round of applause. Crowd easily pleased. We're MLW fans. We'll take it, Barry. We'll take it. Mark saying, tired, had the kids this weekend, and my son, who has autism, was on energy overload, so very tired. Yeah, I mean, hey, that family life and work and all those kinds of things, they get the best of us at any time. But that's because we love our families and everything like that. We always soldier on, and that's exactly what you do, Mark, and keep being a soldier just like that. Bobby saying I'd like to see Zayda Steel versus Maki Ito. That's a matchup we could get. Astrid, hello. Happy Sunday to you. Thank you for joining the show. Astrid Pizarro, co-host, taking over on Tuesday nights. My co-host or partner in crime on Killer Cuts, when we review all sorts of horror movies and slasher films and all the wonderful world of gore and fantastic knife stabbing. As Bobby said, good morning. Hello to Astrid as well, too. Astrid also going to be at the Royal Rumble as one of the media people. Mark saying hello to Astrid as well, too, there. Astrid's going to be at the Royal Rumble this Saturday. And you know what? Go and follow Astrid and check out for the QR code and the link and in fact, Astrid, if you can, post the link to your new shirt and everything like that, the new Astrid Pizarro merch in the chat, so that people can go ahead and help to support Astrid. Make sure that she has got all that she needs to make sure that she goes to the Royal Rumble there as a media person and has a wonderful stay there as well. Mark asking how I'm doing. I'm doing phenomenal, Mark. I am well rested here today. I am off to a good start, having a blast watching MLW here. Already, this MLW program that they've given away for free was better than their premium live event that they did that same night that this was taped. So I can't complain, my friend. Not at all. I haven't had to watch Man United lose this weekend. So, I mean, that's another plus. Bobby saying that Kakuta, that the two women in the ring right now are both doing great. There you go. I will leave that on the screen for a little while. That is where you can go get your merch from the Natural Astrid Pizarro and help Astrid out as well too. Mark talks wrestling. You getting tips for the booking you are doing? Well, any tips that I got, Mark, were from studying booking as it is. So, as part of the Prairie Pro Wrestling roster, we have 3 incredibly gifted people behind the scenes doing the booking and everything there. So, since 2019, when we started Prairie Pro Wrestling, I have been observing what they do backstage. I've been chatting with them. I have been throwing my thoughts out there to get reviewed by them so that they can kind of give me guidance and teach me a little bit about the booking side of actual professional wrestling. And then I've also studied old tapes and everything like that of professional wrestling. So I'm going to do my best to bring what I know legitimately to the table here for the show. As Mark's saying, he's still angry at the draft. Can't wait for people to see it. Oh, my man. And I believe that airs pretty soon here, does it not, Mark? Let us know what day the premiere of the show is. I know it's coming up pretty quick here, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, this has been a pretty strong matchup so far. Great debut from these two women. Mark saying Friday, 8 p.m. GMT time. So that's be watching for that coming out this Friday as we start to lead into our first shows with our respected brands. And trust me, I have got some great things coming up for you guys in terms of the booking, in terms of my roster, in terms of everything. I have got plans to make MLW great during that time. Mark solidifying that 8 p.m. GMT time is 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. here in Saskatchewan, and 1 p.m. for the rest of Central Canada, Central time zones anyway. So yeah. Mary saying, I liked Impact on Thursday. Ziggler looking slightly confused and offended as crowd chanting to him, "You've still got it," like he's Tommy Dreamer after struggling through a match or something. Yeah, I guess that would be a little confusing. I mean, Ziggler is not that old. I mean, he's still younger than some of the roster that's over there on a regular basis with MLW. So, oh, what do we got? Oh, my goodness. Oh, no. We just have a great match, and let's bring out Love Doug to ruin the show. Here comes Love Doug to ruin the day. Well, he's saying I'd like to see Rika Tatsumi and Hikari now from Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling to wrestle in MLW. That would be great. Uh, and Nick is so nice. Astrid said, yes, Astrid actually got to go down to TNA wrestling this. That was on Friday, I believe, Astrid. Was that Friday and yesterday or just Friday? But got the opportunity to meet Nick Nemeth and to meet Trinity and to meet Jordan Grace and so many of the other members of the TNA locker room. So yes, and Bobby, you are 3-1. Yes, and Mark saying Nick is amazing at. Yeah, you're funny, Mark. You're funny. Yeah, I remember that comment there. And Ashford, yes, Friday and Saturday, perfect. I'm glad you had a blast there too, Ashford. It looked like it was an absolute delightful time. Uh, TNA's been kicking some serious ass right now, and I can't wait till we can solidify having a TNA post show here on a weekly basis at our local establishment. And we also have that Ring of Honor Ramble show coming out in February. That's going to be joining us on the Thursday night lineup. Of course, we got all sorts of great things. We got the Japanese wrestling update now on Fridays. We got Taken Over covering things on Tuesdays. Pub Smokes and I on Thursdays tend to cover, got ourselves covered on the MLW side or these watch alongs that I do. So it's awesome. Bobby saying, I'm still mad that Steph Delander lost. Yeah, I am too. I thought that was terrible. Terrible tonight. Uh, Mark saying by the end of 2024, TNA will overtake AEW. At this rate, they could. They have been looking has been far more solid, in my opinion, at this point in time. So I don't disagree. The only difference is TV exposure works more in favor of AEW at this point in time. Astrid saying it was. I hope they come every year. They did last year too. If that could be a consistent thing for you, that would be awesome. Like just the opportunity to meet everybody and do all that would just be great. Oh, so what segment do we? That's Brett Ryan Goslin trying out Zayda stuff or something backstage. Oh, now Zayda and Brett Ryan Goslin are going to go start going shopping because apparently they love the same products. We have got Barry saying we've got more viewers now than what Ring of Honor does. You know what? Ring of Honor is going to get way more viewers once they start to, everybody starts to get more curious because we've got two wonderful experts joining the channel here for the Ring of Honor Ramble on Thursday nights. And once people see their love and knowledge of Ring of Honor, I think they're going to start paying more attention to Ring of Honor. Bobby saying Alex Kane is better champion than Ricky. Hell yeah, my man. He is way better than Ricky Shane Page, 100%. I think the Ricky Shane Page has been the worst thing to happen to the Openweight Championship in Major League Wrestling. Mark Talks Wrestling saying they need a better deal in the UK. TNA do as they are DAZN and it's hard to watch. I Can you not subscribe through the YouTube app or something, Mark? I believe there's some sort of deal there too. I thought that was more of a worldwide thing that you could get in on. I don't know what that does for watching the weekly programming. I'm not too familiar with it just yet, but yeah, let me know. Brian Carter saying if your promotion is booking PCO, then you are not ready for the big time. Ouch for PCO, my friend. PCO is a legend. Come on. Ouch. I mean, I could understand you saying that about Sami Callihan, but poor PCO. Mark saying I will have a look. Yeah, definitely check into it, Mark. I know Astrid would know more about it for sure. Astrid quite familiar with TNA and how it works. There we go. Astrid saying here, I'm gonna put this one up. I pay either $1 or $5. Don't remember to watch it on YouTube. So there we go. It can be bought through YouTube, and that is the opportunity. Would I like to see wrestle against Queen Aminata this year? It's a tough question. I think that Queen Aminata needs a build. And she needs to build that credibility with opponents that she can beat, she can get over, and then start working on looking at Queen Aminata from a point of going against tougher competition. I think that that's the way. But Mark saying, is that per show or per month? And Astrid saying it is per month. So that's a hell of a deal. Hell of a deal. Sorry. 99p a month for the TNA TV show on YouTube, says Barry. So there you go. You can't beat that. And Mark saying, perfect. I will have to look. I will look. Includes smaller pay-per-views as well, too. So, Jesus, like, why are we not all paying for this already in Sport TNA? Even if there was only one good matchup per show, that means you're paying that little amount for one good matchup a week minimum. I would do that. I should do that. I mean, here I am preaching to the choir. But speaking of talents, we got Delmi Exo, the former MLW featherweight champion, in the ring, ready for her matchup. As Barry's saying, £5 or $5 for TNA TV show and the monthly special. And it has some shows for members only too. Yeah, like the pre-show to the last event after I got it through Triller TV and realized that I didn't get the pre-show matchups as part of that package. And we got Bobby rooting for Delmi Exo in this particular matchup. Yes, Delmi Exo, former champion, still with MLW, so I would imagine that's the case. Up against Tiara James. Tiara James has done extremely well for herself in MLW so far, too. Yes, Delmi Exo in the ring right now. Astrid had a wonderful interview with Delmi Exo on a previous edition of Astrid Asks. So if you go over to Astrid's YouTube channel right now, you'll be able to find that interview. And Bobby saying, with much respect to Tiara James. Yeah, Tiara James has been great since coming to MLW. Great addition to the roster. And I think is going to push Delmi to be at her absolute best in this matchup. Brian saying missing Tommy Dreamer was a benefit of not subscribing to the TNA app on YouTube. Nobody said you had to watch the Tommy Dreamer match, Brian. But funny. Still funny, though. I got to say that's hilarious for that. Barry saying only TNA would restrict who could see the buy-in pre-show to those that already bought the pay-per-view. Idiots. You know what? I'm not hurt by it, Barry. It's okay. I mean, they only charged me $30 Canadian to watch a solid pay-per-view, so I can't complain, my man. And Ashford saying he didn't, LOL, he didn't wrestle during the tapings. So there you go. He won't be on the weekly show, Brian. You can watch all the other amazing, wonderful talent that they got over on TNA, including that wonderful Knockouts division that has been killing it for ladies wrestling for quite some time. Yo, 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 it's Sunday, and I can say this. It's the man with the angelic voice up in the house, Papa Smokes. Papa Smokes, how are you doing, brothers? I'm watching MLW Reload here, and already MLW Reload has been better than what Kings of Colosseum were, and this was the matches they pre-taped instead of putting on the premium live event. I think they should have known better, that they should have just had a Kings of Colosseum be the Alex Game match, the Jacob Fatu Riddle match, and then put the rest of these featherweight division matchups on the card. Although I got to say, disappointed with the Steph Lander match. It turned into be a joke. Astrid saying she saw Tommy Dreamer pass by, though. Bobby saying Queen Aminata versus Anna Jay or Red Velvet are matches that he would like to see for Queen Aminata this year. And Bob Smokes with woo, yeah. Oh, the roll up. Delmi Exo picking up the victory. It is over. Delmi picking up a big victory over Tiara James in this matchup. Ryan Carter saying, I think we need to have Papa Smokes weigh in on Speedball Mike Bailey. Oh, you're not going to let this one die, are you, Brian? You want everyone's opinion on Speedball Mike Bailey. Well, Papa Smokes, if you're still listening in, brother, I know you're probably at work. Feel free to give us your insight for Brian Carter on Speedball, Mike Bailey. The Delmi now on the mic saying the God Queen is back on track. Astrid saying Speedball is too awesome. And Bobby saying, at least I'm doing better than I did at MLW Kings of Coliseum. And Papa Smoke saying, guaranteed you don't want him to weigh in on Speedball Mike Bailey. Hilarious. Ooh, Delmi Exo wants her a rematch with Janai Kai. That's what she's calling for. And I think the champion might be responding here. Selena De La Renta coming out here with Janai Kai, the MLW featherweight champion. This could get very, very interesting. See, this makes it tough because I like Delmi Exo, but Janai Kai has risen to the top of my list of people that I enjoy watching in MLW right now. So, ooh, ooh. I don't know much Spanish, but I know what word that Selena De La Renta just called Delmi Exo right there. Translation not required on that one for me. Bobby saying Tiara James and Zayda Steel are wrestlers to watch in 2024. They certainly are. Oh, I like that from Janai Kai. I'll give you an option. My left leg can either shorten your career or my right leg can end it right now. Perfect promo piece from Janai Kai right there. Oh, and now Zayda's coming out to stake her claim. How much do we want to gamble now that we are getting a triple threat match for the featherweight title at Super Fight? And this is the way to take it off of Janai Kai without Janai Kai taking the fall. Zayda Steel is going to end up cheating to win, and she will end up pinning Delmi Exo at the match, I bet, and the title will be hers. That is the direction MLW will go. Mark said, have a good show. I will see you later. Thank you, mate, for dropping by. Appreciate you and appreciate all the hard work you've been doing with helping us with shorts and all sorts of thumbnails and stuff here on the channel. Mark Talks Wrestling. Been very helpful here as part of the OLE crew. So thank you, Mark. Have a good rest of your day. Cheers, my man. So that's priceless. So Zayda just said called Janai Kai an ugly witch. And then all of a sudden, somebody in the audience, there's just pure silence as someone yells out, kick her head off. Oh, look at that. St. Laurent's the one that gets decked in this whole kerfuffle. I could go for watching St. Laurent get his ass kicked all day. Fantastic. Brian Carter saying that's not a bad direction. WTF has to win something. Well, yeah, they've really been on a losing streak since their formation, that's for sure. Other than Rocky Romero winning the middleweight title, I guess. But the chaos ensues. It's being broken up. This is clearly working its way to a triple threat match. Bobby saying Janai Kai will still be MLW featherweight champion after that matchup. I don't know, Bobby. I want to believe that, but at the same time, I'm looking at the way they've been, like Brian saying, WTF needs to win something, and they're pushing Zayda. I could easily see Zayda pulling off the victory in a triple threat by pinning Delmi Exo so that she can claim her championship at the same time, tick off the former champion Janai Kai in knowing that she wasn't the one who lost her own championship. But that, yeah, it's not made official, but you can see the writing on the wall with this setup here that the triple threat is upon us, most likely at Super Fight because they have not named a matchup yet for the featherweights division. So this clearly the direction that they're heading. And that is a solid star lineup as far as a triple threat featherweight matchup goes for MLW. So bring it on. Let's find out what the ladies can do at Super Fight. Wait a second. What's the Azteca henchman doing here? Blocking Delmi Exo from getting to the back. Oh, they're going to hand her a key. It's an opportunity key. A key and a cell phone. So are they going to bring back what's his what is it? Trying to think of his name now here. Cesar Duran. That's where this all seems to be leading is that Cesar Duran is going to come back at some point in time as well too. He's like returning of the factions in MLW. Yeah, Brian Cesar Duran. Bobby saying Becca deserves a title match too. I agree with you there, but I'm starting to think that Becca has been written out of MLW entirely and won't be returning. It's the really the way it looks, they had the storyline building, and then after they kind of cut things short, in my opinion, with it doing the Brett Ryan Gosselin Love Doug garbage, they pretty much ended that story, and I can't see Becca coming back unless it's down the road sometime. And it's unfortunate too, because I think they had something in MLW with Becca. Oh, I can't stand listening to Callihan talk. It's like nails on a chalkboard. No, I don't wanna know why you do the things you do, Callahan. I really don't. I don't wanna be inside your head. I don't wanna hear you talk. I don't wanna watch you wrestle. I would love to see you retire and never be heard of again. Sami Callihan, what a joke. Joke wrestler joins the joke group of MLW. Uh, Bobby saying maybe Delmi Exo will join Cesar Duran. It's very, very strong possibility, and that might even unfold come super fight with that triple threat match. Brian Carr saying Duran probably comes back in Azteca Lucha in Chicago. There's also that possibility as well too. And Brian saying they are teasing Contra, and that was very interesting to see the Contra logo kind of flash into there during Jacob Fatu's matchup. You know, then you can go speculation on that. Who's returning? Is it Joseph Samael? Is it Mods Kruger? Is it who are we going to get in a reformation of Contra? How are they going to do it? I Let's find out. But yeah, as you're talking, that's Saturday the 11th there of May, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Brian, for the Azteca Lucha show. Maybe you could confirm that because I mean it's a Saturday MAT 11th on the screen right now for upcoming fights, but I'm assuming they meant May. Ooh, it's the tag match time. I would like to see more Richard Holiday on MLW. It'd be nice, but I think that at this point, Richard Holiday has probably done what he was going to do in MLW. It'll probably move on to bigger, better things. Here we go. The original bro, Matt Riddle, coming down to the ring, going to be teaming up with the MLW World Heavyweight Champion, the Suplex Assassin, leader of the BOMAYE Fight Club, Alex Kane. They're going to be taking on the World Titan Federation here tonight in tag action for MLW's Reload 2024. And anybody who wants to catch the show that hasn't done so yet, you can head on over to MLW's YouTube page, where the show is absolutely free for everybody to view. So I remember before Matt Riddle came back to MLW, there was a lot of talk from him saying, I'm going to change it up. I'm going to be taken more seriously in the ring. I'm going to get rid of some of the goofiness and everything. Nothing's changed. Nothing about his presentation changed. He is still the bro. He's still coming out doing the same bro moves, everything like that. Not to say that he can't be serious in a ring, but he hasn't changed anything about his personality or gimmick like he led people to believe in that particular interview. Brian saying I was initially excited by Josh Bishop, but he is a horrible copy of Psycho Sid. They don't need to make the guy an idiot. Yeah, I mean, Josh Bishop has a long way to go, definitely. So did Matt? He just tried to do the sandal kick. One of the sandals didn't leave the ring, so he kicks it directly and must have hit a fan in the head or something because he's standing there putting his hand out, apologizing for his maneuver. What a doofus! Like seriously, I want to be taken more seriously in the ring, so I'm watch me kick my stupid sandal at this fan in the face. I don't know, bro. I don't think you're really doing much to change that thoughts on you. But that's okay because you're teaming up with my boy right here, Alex Kane. Alex Kane will keep you safe here. Plus, at the side of Alex Kane, we've got Papa Smokes' good personal friend, Mr. Thomas. I wish Mr. Thomas competed more because as far as big guys, you got a guy like Josh Bishop that they're trying to push. But personally, Mr. Thomas is a much more accomplished in-ring competitor as a big guy than most big guy wrestlers. Doltreve, Matt with one T. That's the one T, Mr. Matt Doltreve. How are you doing? Morning, bro. How's it going? I am doing fantastic, my man. Watching some MLW Reload on YouTube here and just chatting it up with all the amazing people that are joining me here, both on Twitch and YouTube. I'm glad that everybody's here to join along, whether you're joining along on my personal Twitch channel, video bro underscore Bobby Munson, or whether you're joining on our local establishment. I appreciate you being here today. Ryan saying, why do you think he never wrestles? That is as good a question as any, Brian, when it comes to Mr. Thomas. I don't know what the true answer is to that because, again, I think he is solid inside of a professional wrestling ring. As far as a big guy goes, he is great at what he does. I like watching Mr. Thomas's matchups, and I'd like to see a hell of a lot more Mr. Thomas matchups on these programs. Really, like again, he like the presentation of him here comes across like he is the hired assassin, the bodyguard and muscle to Alex Kane. But again, when they let him go in the ring, it's great. Bobby saying, I liked watching Matt Riddle in an MLW ring. I like his wrestling. I think his wrestling is very serviceable. But there you go, Josh Bishop and Filthy Tom Lawlor. Let's see if Josh Bishop has gained any more experience in the 2 weeks since we saw him last, or if he's still stuck in that Psycho Sid stage, like Brian is mentioning. Brian asking, are all the rings the same size in most major promotions? Now, that is a cool question to ask, actually, Brian. As far as I know, when it comes to WWE, as it comes to say AEW, I probably New Japan, TNA, the rings tend to be at the maximum size that a wrestling ring ever tends to be at. With I believe, and I want to say it's 21 across each way, but um, at PPW we wanted to be able to give that same experience, but the problem was with considering the size of the places we can book for PPW, we had to downsize to a 19 in or 19 across, 19 each angle. Most indie ones you'll find are 15 to 17 across each any direction for the most part. PPWs, I believe, is 19 and a half. And what it does is changing the size of the ring. It changes the amount of steps that it takes to with certain moves and having to have that ring awareness to know body positioning so that moves are done properly inside of the ring as well too. So, having it as close as possible to the size that is used in the bigger promotions is good for the experience of the wrestlers that are, hoping to one day get there for sure. Awesome question, by the way, Brian. Love that. Uh, Bobby saying, I like MLW is working with Oceania Pro Wrestling. I do too. I think that the Australian market is a fantastic market for pro wrestling. And I'm glad that MLW is going to have that open working relationship with one of the promotions out there. And I think that it'll really help Oceania Pro Wrestling get some eyes on their prize. And we'll get to see some great talent coming from there over to the MLW side of things, too. So, very much looking forward to that working relationship. Bobby saying, do I think MLW will go to Australia? It's possible. It is very possible. I know that I think that some of the wrestlers are definitely going to go. They're in MLW and they'll go represent MLW in Australia. Whether that just happens to be an Oceania Pro Wrestling show featuring MLW people, or whether MLW is going to actually bother to go down there for one of their premium live events is yet to be seen, but very curious to see it. So Matt Riddle and Filthy Tom Lawlor are squaring off right now. These are a couple of guys, former UFC fighters. Well, I don't think no, sorry, Tom Lawlor wasn't UFC, but both MMA fighters here inside the ring, showing off that kind of grappling, catch as catch can style right now, back and forth. So I'd be okay if this was leading to, say, Matt Riddle and Filthy Tom Lawlor in a one-on-one at Super Fight. I think that there'd be some credibility at a match like that, personally. A good solid one-on-one with these two guys could be worth the watch. 100%. So did they refer to this as the main event here on Reload? Dombrowski, get your shit right, man. There's still another match after this one. Bobby saying he'd like to see Matt Riddle versus Richard Holiday. I'd be down for that match. That would be a good matchup to have. Alex Kane and Matt Riddle working well in tandem together so far in this matchup. All right. So over on my personal Twitch at Video Bro Bobby Munson, Video Bro underscore Bobby Munson, anybody who's currently watching on there, I am going to raid that channel out over to our local establishment so that we can run it that way. So you won't really go anywhere different. You're still going to be watching the same show. I'm just going to be sending the raid over so that we can kind of get everyone collectively over to the same side of things. So that when I raid out at the end of the program here today, we can maximize the raid as much as possible for the next channel that we go over to. That raid is getting ready to rock right now. So if you are over there, you're heading on over to our local establishment. Thank you for being here with us today, and continue to enjoy the program. Hold on. Did Matt Stryker just compare Josh Bishop to Mike Awesome? Dude, don't do that. He is not on Mike Awesome's level. Bobby saying, I hope we see Jay Bougie and O'Shea Edwards at MLW Super Fight or the tapings. Yeah, Bobby, have they announced any of the matchups that they're doing for the taping or for the next free event that they're going to be putting on MLW's YouTube page there that they'll be taking place on February 3rd? Let me know. Josh Bishop with a headbutt to the champion. I mean, Bishop might be able to go somewhere in time, hopefully. He's still very new, very green, and you can tell. Bobby saying Tom Lawlor versus Matthew Justice at MLW Fusion tapings. Okay, so that'll be a part of the next free event that they do here on YouTube, of course. Matt Riddle trying to hype the crowd up, get those bro chants going, but it should be like BOMAYE is more like it. BOMAYE is what Matt Riddle should be saying. his opponent, the champion, the BOMAYE Fight Club leader. Oh, that straight from Alice Kane, tossing Josh Bishop around like a rag doll. Oh, Lawlor blindsides Matt Riddle, though. Never seen this in tag wrestling. Oh, everybody to the outside now. Here we go. Bobby saying he could see MLW announcing 2 more matchups for those tapings. Yeah, I'd imagine at least 2 more, if not more than that. Again, they seem to be announcing them a little bit more because they're trying to hype people up, because now this announced idea that the taped matchups are going to be part of an event like this free on the YouTube channel. It seems to, be that they want to get those matchups out, make it important, make the build happen for them. So the champ and Matt Riddle now barely making their way back to the ring. Alex Kane trying to find his way to the corner to see if he can do something. Bobby saying Davey Boy Smith Jr. got booked to wrestle against one called Manders at MLW Super Fight. Is that part of the tapings, Bobby, or is that on the main card itself? Glad to see Davey Boy Smith Jr. back, especially if his promos are being done by somebody else. And no disrespect to Davey Boy Smith Jr., he's great on every aspect except for the promo side, in my opinion. I think he lacks on the promo side, but he makes up for it in his size and ability inside a professional wrestling ring. And Bobby saying on the main card, okay, good, awesome. Alex Kane being well isolated here by the World Titan Federation, Tom Lawlor and Josh Bishop, not allowing him anywhere near that tag right now. Classic tag team wrestling in that sense. So glad that we're finally getting an actual tag match when it comes to Josh Bishop and Tom Lawlor, because good God, everything's been like when they were against the second gear crew, it was nothing but a hardcore slog of garbage last month. This one, we actually get a wrestling match, which is great. Yeah, now Alex Kane being choked in the corner there. This last matchup that's on this card here with Kojima and Sami Callihan, clearly not going to go very long considering how much is left on this video, which, thank goodness. As much as I'm okay with seeing Kojima on my screen, I am not looking forward to having to watch anything Callihan does. Oh, Alex Kane manages to get out of the way on this one. Josh Bishop right there to just kick him in the head and continue this beatdown. The champ is looking worse for wear. Josh Bishop maybe looking to end this thing right now. Centered on the ring. He's got the champ in a precarious position, lifting him straight up. That is the power of the big man. But Alex Kane out and gets the tag. Matt Riddle now comes in like a ball of fire. Oh, and Josh Bishop now getting his ass handed to him by Matt Riddle. So in tandem, German suplexes from Alex Kane and Matt Riddle there. Matt Riddle down to the top. Oh, now we got Richard Holiday out here. Oh, and he just got tossed by Alex Kane. And then Riddle from the top, cover. And there it is. 1, 2, 3, and Alex Kane and Matt Riddle picking up a victory here tonight over the World Titan Federation. And Brian's favorite faction of all time eat another loss in the face of the BOMAYE Fight Club. It says here we've got about 27 minutes total left on this entire video. I hope that most of that is not even that last matchup. Brian says, boo. No, Brian, you spelt that wrong. Yeah, it should say BOMAYE, BOMAYE, BOMAYE. Yeah. All right, so now we're moving on from that. They're just going through some of the highlights from that particular match and some of the things that happened. But yeah, it's going to be our main event time. I feel deflated already. Come on, Kojima, kick the living daylights out of the clown Sami Callihan. The disrespectful clown Sami Callihan. I hope he gets his ass handed to him. Brian saying, if they can get Mr. Thomas wrestling, I will roll with them. Fair enough. Bobby saying Kojima is his pick. I'm praying for Kojima to be the winner here, but I somehow have my doubts, and I hate having my doubts over this one because, again, Kojima beat Jacob Fatu, and if we now job Kojima out to Callihan, we're saying that Callihan is capable of beating Fatu, and there's no argument on this planet that'll ever make me believe that that clown is capable of beating Jacob Fatu. Oh, great. Sami Callihan can't even wait until they get this match underway. Just jump his opponent like the useless sod that he is coming down to the ring. Yeah. Oh, now we got chairs. Oh, of course. Yep. Look at those wrestling moves. Smash Striker, where else are you going to see this? I don't know. Every backyard mud show wrestling organization on the planet that doesn't understand that this guy is a clown and that weapons matchups are overdone and stupid and serve no purpose because you don't book them correctly. Oh, are you kidding me? A piece of paper and we're going to do paper cuts. Yeah, oh, good. Woo, yeah. Oh, you're so wonderful. Jesus Christ. This is why I hate Sami Callihan. Useless, pathetic, garbage, non wrestling stupidity. There's nothing redeemable about this clown. Bobby saying Jasmine Allura and Gigi Ray have my approval to wrestle at MLW Featherweight Division. I'm okay with either one of them. Callahan called for the bye. Kojima just kicks the snot out of this joke. Come on, Kojima. Bobby saying Alex Kane and Matt Cardona can beat Sami Callihan. Yes. Anybody should be able to beat Sami Callihan. My grandmother could win a fight against this clown. Oh, this is already just not good to watch. Richard Holiday and Matt Riddle too. Yeah, I'm with you, Bobby. I'm with you, my friend. What I'm not with is with this matchup. I can't get excited about watching this guy wrestle. I am yet to see these redeeming qualities that seem to interest other people in this guy. I don't get it. I don't think I'm ever gonna get it. I really don't. Anyone in the featherweight division can beat Sami Young. But right now, Bobby, most of the featherweight division could beat most of the guys in MLW. Featherweight division have been kicking some serious ass. And you just know Callihan's going to win because of the fact that he's got a match on the main card of Superfight, and that's going to be towards the build for it. Unless Akira comes out here and attacks Callihan, that's the only other thing I could see. I didn't get much sleep last night, and I'm feeling like I'm going into a coma. Oh no, wait, never mind. I'm watching a Sami Callihan matchup. At least Kojima is wrestling for the title and not Sami Callihan. I agree with you there, my friend. I'll watch Kojima wrestle, but I am not interested in watching this joke. I thought the calling, the whole gimmick was done and dead, and I was happy for it. And then they bring in Callihan to add to the calling, something we just didn't need. Bobby, and not a fan of Sami Callihan. Me neither, Bobby. Me neither. Just not my. You know what? I say that death matches and shit like that are not my style, but Sami Callihan, even if he was a wrestler that didn't do deathmatch crap and hardcore crap, I still wouldn't enjoy him. I don't find anything interesting about this guy. Brian saying, yeah, Kojima is 53 years old. Yeah, but he goes out there and he gives 110% for sure. I mean, he might be old, but damn, he looks better than Callihan by a country mile. Bobby asking where is Mandy Leon? I don't know. Just like a lot of people, she kind of came in there with a lot of promise and was just gone right away. The fans are chanting, "You're disgusting." If I was there, I would be like, "Come on, let's just be silent and say nothing." Because maybe if you give zero reaction to Sami Callihan, he'll go away. Don't pay attention to him. Actually, there's an episode of The Simpsons Halloween special or whatever when the big billboards come to life and start attacking the town, and they decide that if they don't pay attention to the billboards, maybe they'll just go away. And they sing that song, Just Don't Look, Just Don't Look. That's how I feel about Sami Callihan. Maybe we should just don't look, and this son of a bitch would go away finally. Bobby saying he wishes Mandy Leon was still around in the featherweight division. You bet, brother. I do too. I think that she had a world of potential in there, and she'd come back anytime, as far as I'm concerned. All right, Coach, lay waste to this pathetic clown and let's get this over with already. Uh, Bobby saying the guy that dressed up like Fred Flintstone is better than 100%. At least Twinkle Toes Freddie Flintstone could wrestle. As goofy as the gimmick was, at least he could wrestle. More than I could say for Sami Callihan. Sami Callihan looks like 98% of the people that I've ever had audition to be drummers in bands that I've been in the past. I keep checking the time. It's just like, is this over yet? Come on. What time is it? It's ending time. Come on, get this shit done. Yeah, Bobby, I don't think any of us asked for Sami Callihan to come back to MLW. I know Bob Smokes and I were very happy when he left the first time and hoped we would never see him again. Sadly, here he is. Actually, I'm thinking like Callihan might not win this because again, they got to build Kojima for that main event with the champ. So this is either going to end in a screwy finish or something like that. Bobby, at least we have Matt Riddle in MLW ring. Hey, he's making people pay attention, so that's good. Ryan asking, who is this Flintstone guy you keep referencing? So I think it was a couple of MLW shows ago, Brian. They had one of the luchador mixed tag matches or something like that. And the one guy comes out and he's got the Fred Flintstone orange like dress thing that Freddie wears, and it's a 100% looked and came across like Fred Flintstone, and it was so ridiculous. We were laughing about it. It was very silly, goofy sort of thing. But then his wrestling was not too bad. Like him as a luchador wrestler wasn't terrible, so you kind of can get over the goofiness of his look because he backs it up with some decent wrestling. I think it was on their show in October, if I'm not mistaken. Please be over. Please be over. No, no, don't keep going. Don't keep going. Do not fight forever. Do not fight forever. Oh, thank goodness. Kojima wins. Woo! Thank you. Thank you. Now give this man some of his bread. Dude loves his bread, that's for sure. And he's got that match coming up with Alex Kane at Super Fight on February the 3rd. So looking forward to that coming up. But that pretty much is Reload as far as I know, anyway, unless any last minute things. Still a couple minutes on the program. There's got to be something else here that. Oh, we're going to hear from the champion. All right. So that's, yeah, that's it. A little bit of a promo at the end from the BOMAYE Fight Club to build. Brian asking me to give it a score out of 10. I would probably say about a 7 to a 7.5. Brian saying a 7. I think that was in there. This is leaps and bounds better than what Kings of Colosseum was. So I will take it because, again, like despite it having that garbage match with Steph DeLander and Good Brother number 3 and a couple other spots that I wasn't huge on. Overall, yeah, I mean, this was a pretty strong showing from MLW. Bobby giving it a 9, Bobby, really loving tonight's program. I'd say about a 7 to 7.5. I think would be where I'd score it too. So I'm right there with you, Brian. But still, very solid card. And again, love the fact that they're going to be doing these freebie cards here for us as fans. I will never discredit MLW for what they do and what they're producing, what they're trying to do for the fans. I mean, hell yeah, MLW. Thank you for the free show. And yes, they did flash the Contra again at the end. Yes, I saw that as well too. Obviously, there's some sort of rebranding of Contra coming back. I'm curious to see which originals will be part of that, who it's going to be, what the reveal is. So a lot going on in MLW, a lot going to be happening this year from them. I'm looking forward to it. But, you know, as always, we got a lot going on here at the channel. As I said before, the calendar came up, and you know that this Saturday, I'm going to be joined by Ella J for the Royal Rumble post show. Right there, once again, that is it. The Ella J and Not So Silent Bob post show for the Royal Rumble is going to be coming at you this Saturday. But as always, Ring Respect Radio on Thursday nights. This week, we're going to be doing another one of our Ring Respect Radio Viewers' Choice Champions tournaments. So this time around, it is going to be some of the biggest names in Territory Day Wrestling going into this tournament, and you, the live viewing audience, are going to let us know each round who you vote for to be the winner and the inevitable People's Choice Champion of the territories. That's coming up this Thursday right here on our local establishment. As Bobby's saying, for Steph DeLander, Zayda Steele, and Matt Riddle, and other wrestlers. Yeah, there was a lot of good going on there, Bobby. I agree 100% with you. And I'm glad that you and everybody else was able to enjoy it. I hope you're enjoying not only Point of View, but a lot of the other content here on the channel that we have from some of the amazing people here. And again, a lot of new stuff that's going to be coming out to the channel in the not so distant future here. And I'm just having a look about who we can take a raid over to. I see Nico Bevs is doing some WWE 2K23. That's a possibility. Hold on here, though. I got somebody I haven't seen on here. The Striking Dummy is doing Dead by Daylight. I am a fan of Dead by Daylight, and I'm not sure about this person's stream, but we're going to give them the opportunity to have our fan base from Twitch head on over to their stream. So if you're on the Twitch side, check out the Striking Dummy over on Twitch. And say hello from Bobby Munson and our local establishment over there. If you're on the YouTube side of things, then thank you for sticking around a little bit longer. And until next Sunday, that is it for myself, Bobby Munson. Glad you had your opportunity to have your voice heard here on Point of View.